Have you ever felt like you're being watched? The truth is, you're constantly being monitored. From surveillance cameras on the street to the smartphones in our hands, there's a lot of data being collected about everything we do. But how invasive is this tech? Let's find out. Welcome to Xplained. Video surveillance is a $75 billion global industry. There are over 1 billion surveillance cameras worldwide. China owns 540 million of them, the US owns 85 million, and Germany comes in third, owning 5.2 million surveillance cameras. But these are not the old, bulky, low-definition, black and white cameras of the 80s. These days, surveillance cameras that monitor the public are state-of-the-art. And when coupled with artificial intelligence, they can provide data on just about anything. In China, facial recognition technology is used for almost everything. Some of the data collected includes information on a person's appearance and the sound of their voice. Let's look at some real-life applications. At crossings, surveillance cameras with facial recognition monitor jaywalkers. They take snapshots of people crossing when the light is red, cross-reference it with the government ID system, and once they've identified you, the image of you jaywalking gets posted on a terminal for everyone to see. In public spaces, surveillance tech can estimate how long people spend in specific areas in real time. It can identify individuals who hang around longer than others, and it can identify the person's age, gender, the type of clothes they're wearing, and the color of it.
这个是我们给这是上海外滩的一个场景，我们是给上海外滩的这个摄像头去做了一个人群的布控。左上这张图是一个原始的图片，然后同样的我们可以得到左下这张图是一个人群驻留时间的一个估计。那红色部分表示这些人群在这驻留时间非常长了。
China's facial recognition tech has also found its way into restaurants and shopping centers. Some fast food joints use it to make food recommendations to customers. They also have facial payment systems like Smile to Pay. When you're ready to pay at a checkout point, all you have to do is smile for the camera and it deducts the money from your bank account. In offices, facial recognition can check employees in and out. Even residential buildings use security cameras with facial recognition to let residents in. And while it feels safe and convenient, the building management gets information on your comings and goings and even how many visitors you've had in a month. China's got some crazy vehicle monitoring tech as well. Cameras can identify over 3,000 car models and brands and can quickly track the whereabouts of specific vehicles. China also has a social credit system that goes along with the mass monitoring. It rewards people for good behavior, and when rules are broken, people get punished with slower internet speeds and in worst cases, even flight bans.
Among them is this journalist Liu Hu. He got a little too close to uncovering corruption among high-profile party members.
That tells me I'm still on the blacklist. Once you're blacklisted, you can no longer get a bank loan, start a business, buy an apartment, or even send your children to a private school.
If you've enjoyed the video so far and want to see more of these, hit that like button and subscribe to Xplained. Anyways, the US isn't very far behind, but there are a lot of rules protecting individual privacy. So while surveillance cameras are common, facial recognition is limited or banned in most cities. However, there are other artificial intelligence tools that compensate for this. For instance, the crime center in New Orleans not only monitors 400 cameras installed in hotspots, it has technology that can pull in video from over 150 businesses and private homeowners too. When a call comes in, they can literally activate non-government cameras in that area and see what's happening. Another tool is BriefCam, a powerful machine learning algorithm that does a detailed analysis on the content of surveillance cameras. For example, if the police are searching for a red pickup truck, the system can identify every vehicle matching the description that's passed by the location through the day.
So if I change the class of this to pickup and the color to red, I've taken the 8,213 objects that went through this space in a matter of 2 hours, and I've reduced it to 80 objects, and I can finish watching the totality of it in 1 minute and 45 seconds.
Amazon's doorbell camera, Ring, is another device that's become popular. It's collected some really funny CCTV clips of people some really creepy footage too. And it's normalized suburban surveillance by civilians. In fact, this doorbell camera is such a useful monitoring device that many police departments have partnered with Ring to use it to gather data.
My goal would be to have every law enforcement agency on the police portal. That helps all communities come together to make things safer.
The most controversial surveillance tool is Anomaly 6 or A6, a phone tracking startup that claims it can monitor the movements of billions of phones around the world and unmask spies. The availability of such detailed data also highlights the amount of information people give up about themselves every day. For instance, we allow websites to track our browsing activity online with cookies. Smart home devices gather information on us at home. Smartphone apps constantly request for access to our location, microphone, and camera to work effectively. And people themselves voluntarily actively tag their locations in pictures they post online. Countries in the Middle East, India, and the UK are also high on the list when it comes to tracking people. From smart cameras in airports that get you past immigration quickly, to cameras on the street, and even cameras in public transportation, surveillance is discreetly done everywhere.
Here's the thing, you and I and anyone else walking around with a phone the last few years has already been inside a vast surveillance network. But the police didn't build it, the tech industry did. They did it so that they could follow our habits and predict our patterns and basically follow our location so they could sell us stuff. The police are just purchasing access to that system like anyone else.
New tracking tools are constantly emerging, and the possibilities are endless. What's important is that governments exercise caution and use this data for our protection and not for reckless profiling. Do you know of any insane surveillance technology that we haven't mentioned? Tell us about them in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Xplained.